Hey railheads, welcome back to my Finger Lakes Railway layout. Today I'll show you how I made old ties out of wooden matchsticks. Coming up. A while back I had cut up some extra flex track ties. I kind of weathered them and threw them into a gondola. The car came out pretty good, but I wasn't really happy with the ties themselves. The video Boomer did the other day, and it got me thinking. I didn't have the right size styrene strips, but I did have matchsticks. I measured out a scale 9 feet and started chopping. Following Boomer's technique, I started with a light gray wash, followed up with 6 more colors, and working from light to dark. And I let them dry between washes for about 15 minutes or so on some wax paper and with a little fan blowing on them. Here's where we're at so far. Well, I didn't have any Vallejo Model Air Dark Brown, so I added some VMA Black to this Microlux Railroad Tie Brown. I got this paint from Micromark several years ago. It should be pretty good stuff. Vallejo makes it for them. Here's where things started to get away from me a little bit. On these darker colors, I started using too much paint and not enough water. And of course, wood takes paint differently than plastic. And the idea was to let the previous lighter shades show through under the darker tones. Well, that didn't happen. The ties were all monochromatic, grimy black. Okay, so how are we going to save this batch of ties? Fortunately, I started out with just one box, so I had plenty of chances to fail and find what worked for me. And 220 grit sandpaper saves the day. I only sanded about half of these. I wanted to try something else with the rest of them. And if I ended up with 3 or 4 different batches, then it would help with the random variations in colors and shades. The ones I didn't sand, I set out in the sun to see if they would fade a little bit, and we'll come back to them later. I wanted to try some different strength ink washes on my next batch. You can see I've got a half teaspoon per bottle of isopropyl alcohol, and then 1 and 2, and some brown ink wash. I started with a brown ink, but it didn't seem to do very much. And here's the 3 different shades of the black ink wash here. I had this Vallejo dark gray wash, so I tried some of that too. I combined the 3 different ink wash batches together and gave them the 3 darker paint washes from before, but more diluted this time. While those were drying, I went back to the batch I sanded and I brushed on some pan pastels. And like I said, I'm trying to get a good variety of shades here. Well, after the 3 darker colors had dried, I thought they were still a little too light, so I gave them some more roof brown and grimy black. Well, here's our sun-dried ties. I can't tell much difference, and they were only out there for a couple days though. Working on the maintenance of way, I guess I'll do something with these rails. Now Google tells me that the rail should be 39 feet long. This online scale calculator tells me that's 5 3/8 inches. Well, this was a fun little project that didn't break the bank, and I ended up with 3 different shades of ties. Hey, I'm pretty happy with them. And when I do more for the gondola, I'll know what works and what doesn't. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care, everybody.